She was nearly 70 when her own son took her purse and told her to just pray and rest. What they didn't know was that this quiet old woman still owned everything, and she was about to teach them the most painful lesson of their lives. This is not just a story about a house, it's a story about power, dignity, and the day an old mother finally said no. I was sitting in the courtyard of my house watering the flowers. It was a June afternoon, the air filled with the scent of jasmine, and the call to prayer echoed from afar. My name is Eleanor Thompson, nearing 70 years old, and this house was built by my late husband, Dr. Robert Thompson, back in 1985. It had been 10 years since his passing, but the house was still full of his memories, the wooden cabinets, old books, and the mango tree in the courtyard that he had planted himself. There was noise coming from inside the house. My son, Michael, and daughter-in-law, Sarah, were arguing about something. Then the door opened and Michael stepped out. He was holding my purse. "Mom, why do you need this purse anymore? You hardly ever leave the house. I'll keep it. If you need cash or a credit card, just ask Sarah." Sarah called from inside. "Yes, Mom, don't worry. We'll handle everything. You just rest, say your prayers, and relax." I turned off the hose and looked at them quietly. Michael slipped my purse into his pocket. Sarah was smiling, as if she were doing me a favor. I said nothing. I just got up, went to my room, opened the cabinet, and pulled out an old folder from the bottom. Inside were the house documents: deed, title, tax records. Everything in my name. Before he passed, Robert Thompson had transferred it all to me. "Eleanor, this house is yours. No decision will be made without your consent." Those were his final words. At dinner that night, Michael announced, "Mom, we've decided to rent out the upstairs floor. We'll get good money from tenants and it will help our finances." Sarah nodded. "Yes, Mom, you can just stay on the ground floor. We'll move upstairs. You'll have more privacy too." I put down my spoon. "The house will not be rented out." Michael laughed. "Mom, you're getting old. We'll make these decisions now. You just relax." I stayed silent. After dinner, I went to my room. I couldn't sleep all night. Early the next morning, I got up, performed ablution, said my prayers, and picked up the folder. I took a taxi to the city center, to the office of my old attorney, Richard. We had a 40-year connection. He had handled all of Robert Thompson's cases. "Eleanor Thompson, after all these years, is everything okay?" I placed the folder in front of him. "Richard, I need my house back." He reviewed the papers, nodded, and smiled. "It's your house. No tenants can come in. But if you want, I can prepare a notice, 3 months to vacate." "No," I said. "I'll handle the vacating myself. Just prepare the documents." When I returned home, Michael and Sarah were out. I looked for my purse. It was gone. I opened my room's cabinet. My small jewelry box was missing too. I understood. That night, I packed a bag, 2 sets of clothes, my prayer mat, rosary, and the folder. After Fajr prayer the next morning, I quietly left the house. I took a taxi to a small guest house on the other side of town, where my old friend Margaret, or Maggie, lived. Her son was doing the same thing to her. Margaret was surprised when she opened the door. "Eleanor, this bag?" I stepped inside. "Margaret, I need a place to stay for a few days." We talked all night. Our stories were similar: sons and daughters-in-law taking over the house, sidelining the old mother. The next morning, I went to the bank. My account, pension, and fixed deposits were all in my name. I closed the joint account that included Michael's name. I stopped all automatic payments: electricity, gas, water, internet, and cable. All bills came in my name. That evening, Michael called. "Mom, why is the power out? Gas is off. Internet is gone. Sarah's office work is stuck." I replied calmly, "Because I'm not paying the bills anymore." He shouted, "This is insanity! Where are you? Come home!" "The house is mine, Michael. You are guests now. The guests' time is running out." The next day, attorney Richards Jr., Alex, went to the house with the notice, 3 months to vacate. Michael signed, but he was shaking with anger. A week passed. Michael and Sarah called many times. Threats, tears, pleas. I didn't answer a single call. While staying at the guest house, I changed my clothes, from old traditional outfits to simple pants, shirts, and a coat. I got my hair cut short, shining like silver. When I looked in the mirror, I no longer saw an old lady. I saw a woman in control. In the second week, Sarah came alone to the guest house. Margaret opened the door and she rushed in crying, "Where's Mom?" I came out. Sarah fell at my feet. "Mom, we made a mistake. Michael is going crazy. The house is dark. No gas for cooking. Where will we go?" I helped her up and sat her on a chair. "Sarah, you made me a stranger in my own home. You took my purse, hid my jewelry, and decided to rent the upstairs without asking me. Now you're asking where you'll go?" She kept crying. "Michael did it all. He said old people don't need money." I handed her a cup of tea. "Drink this, then go tell Michael. 3 months. After that, the house must be empty." Sarah drank the tea and left. The next day, Michael called. His voice was trembling. "Mom, forgive us. We were wrong. Come back home." I said, "No." Saying that word brought me peace. Saying no was so simple, but I had never done it before. At the start of the 3rd month, Michael and Sarah came to attorney Richards' office. I was already there, wearing a red coat, hair styled, folder in hand. Michael stopped when he saw me. He no longer saw a frail old mom. He saw a strong woman. Attorney Richard opened the papers. "The house belongs to Eleanor Thompson. You've lived there rent-free for 5 years. No lease, no agreement. The notice period is ending." Michael said, "But we have rights. We invested money in the house." Attorney Richard smiled and showed the papers. "These are the bills Eleanor Thompson paid: electricity, gas, taxes, repairs. Do you have any proof?" Sarah was crying. Michael went silent. Then he said, "Mom, if we leave, Sarah will leave me. She's saying our marriage can't survive without you." I looked at Sarah. "Sarah, if your marriage runs on my house and my money, it's not a marriage, it's a deal." Sarah lowered her head. Michael made one last attempt. "Mom, at least turn the utilities back on." I replied, "No." The meeting ended. As Michael and Sarah left, Sarah turned back and said, "Mom, I'm not going with Michael. I'll live separately." Michael yelled, but Sarah didn't stop. She left. On the final day of the 3 months, Alex arrived at the house. The moving truck was there. Michael was packing alone. He signed, handed over the keys, and left. The house was empty. I returned home that evening. I opened the door. The flowers in the courtyard were still blooming. The house was silent, but it was a peaceful silence. I opened all the windows, grabbed a broom, and started cleaning. I threw out old things, washed the walls, cleaned the courtyard. The next day, painters came. I had the ground floor painted light pink, the upstairs white. I placed new chairs under the mango tree. Sarah came a week later. She had rented a small apartment and started a job. She drank tea and sat in the courtyard. "Mom, I realized I was wrong with you. Michael controlled me too." I held her hand. "Now you're free. Keep coming as a guest." Other elderly women in the neighborhood started coming after hearing my story. One's daughter-in-law was pressuring her to sell the house. Another's son was caking her pension. We sat in the courtyard, drank tea, and talked about documents. I taught them how to make wills, keep accounts separate, and learn to say no. One day, Margaret came too. She had sent a notice to her son. We all laughed together and said, "We're not old anymore, we're owners." Now my days go like this: morning prayers, watering flowers, tea, and reading books in the courtyard. The TV remote is in my hand, volume as I like it. No one changes the channel without asking. At night, when I sit in the courtyard, the mango tree sways in the wind. It feels like Robert Thompson is saying, "Eleanor, you did the right thing." I smile and reply, "Yes, the house is mine, and so is my will." And now, when an elderly woman asks me if I'm not afraid of living alone, I say, "I was afraid when I was a stranger in my own home. Now, there's peace." This is my story of an old woman who became the owner again. If you're in a similar situation, remember, keep your documents strong, learn to say no, and never hand over your house to anyone. If this story touched your heart, don't just watch in silence. Share it with your parents, your grandparents, and anyone who feels powerless in their own home. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below, because stories like these remind us that age does not take away ownership, dignity, or strength. Your support helps more unheard voices be heard.